All right, everybody. So we're going to continue with our fraction work today. And what you're supposed to do is work on these problems on your own. And then, of course, the Edpuzzle will ask you a question. And when you're ready to move on, put the answer to this question in, and then you can check your answer. So the first one on your little worksheet note guide for today is W plus 2/7 equals 4/7. So go ahead and try this problem on your own. Answer it in the Edpuzzle and hit play or hit continue whenever you're ready to check your answer. So what we should be thinking is we're going to leave the W alone. It's our goal to get it by itself. Draw my dashed line through the equal sign so that I can remind myself whatever I do to one side, I need to do to the other. I see plus 2/7, so to undo addition, I'm going to subtract 2/7, just subtracting exactly what's being added already. When I do that, I got to do it to both sides. That causes these guys to cancel off, leave me with the W. And now I got to worry what is 4/7 minus 2/7. Well, the denominators are the same, so I just have to keep that and subtract the tops. 4 minus 2 is 2. So this should have been W equals 2/7. All right, looking at the next one. We have R minus 5/6. R minus 5/6 equals 2/3. So go ahead and try this on your own. Answer the Edpuzzle question. Continue on when you're ready to check your work. So I see I'm trying to solve for the variable R. I put in my reminder that whatever happens on one side of that dotted line has to happen on the other. And I see subtraction. So I'm going to add 5/6 to each side. Again, the subtraction and addition of the same number ends up leaving them alone, canceling them off, I mean. And we get R equals, and now I got to worry, I have 2/3 plus 5/6. I do not have a common denominator, so I have to think what's the least common multiple of 3 and 6. And we should find out that it's 6. So that means this one I have to convert to a 6, meaning the 3 times 2. And I also need to multiply that to the top. So I'm not changing the value of the fraction. So this would become 4/6 plus 5/6. And now I have a common denominator. I get 6. I get 9/6. If you leave this as an answer, that's fine. It simplifies because both top and bottom divide by 3. And we get 3/2. And if we convert this to a mixed number, we would wind up with 1 1/2. So R is 1 1/2. Moving on to the next one. Again, be trying these on your own. Answer the question in Edpuzzle. Check to see what you did wrong. A very powerful tool we got going on right now that you guys can check your work with me doing the problems with you after you try them on your own. So we got 3/5 times x equals -2/9. Try that on your own, see what you come up with. So again, we think x staying the same. We're not going to touch it. Draw the line, dotted line through. Now this is multiplication. So to undo multiplication, I would divide, but I never divide by a fraction. Instead, I'm going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of the fraction. So multiply both sides by the reciprocal. I do that, and these guys will cancel off, leaving me just the x. I have a negative number times a positive, so my answer will be negative, and it's multiplication. So all I need to do is multiply straight across. 2 times 5 is 10. 9 times 3 is 27. So this answer would be negative 10 over 27. And let's look at your last one for today. We have 2x being divided by 5 equals 1/2. Go ahead and try to solve this on your own. Hit play when you're ready, or continue when you're ready. So the x is what we're leaving alone. Whatever I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other. Now, even though the x is on the top of that fraction, I should be thinking, okay, all that is a fraction multiplied to the x, and they're writing the x on the top. So to get rid of a fraction being multiplied, I multiply both sides by its reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 5 over 2. That causes these guys to cross off and leave me the x. And I wind up with 5 over 4, which would be an acceptable answer to me. But if we need to simplify that down, 4 goes into 5 once. 1 times 4 is 4, so 5 minus 4 is 1 on the top, 4 on the bottom. So this would be x equals 1 1/4. All right, hopefully you guys had fun reviewing with me today. Continue on with your lesson and have a great one.